Hi, I'm Nan Simonson. I am about to make another batch of these wonderful oat and apple breakfast muffins, and I thought you might enjoy watching this and possibly trying the recipe. The recipe came from the T. Colin Campbell Center for Nutritional Studies. I got a certification from them, a food as medicine certification, and I love their recipes because I am a whole food plant-based culinary trainer. I'm a lifestyle medical coach with a lifestyle medical practice, and so I see patients and I see clients all about lifestyle adaptations that can be made to keep us going decades. I'm almost 72. I'm about to run a half marathon. I began running at 70. And I feel like I'm aging backwards because the food I eat, the movement that I've adopted, in other words, it's the food. In my case, and in the case of the College of Lifestyle Medicine, whole food plant-based or plant exclusive or plant foundationed. And we talk about exercise, we talk about the importance of sleep, we talk about the importance of stress relief. All of those, and even community, make a difference in how well we're going to do long term. And the Center for Nutrition Studies by T. Colin Campbell embraces all of that. So these muffins are full of everything that our body likes, nothing that it doesn't. In other words, it's food that loves us back. Love the food that loves you back, and you just kind of keep going and going and going like the Energizer Buddy. Okay, so I'm going to show you what I have here. I have rolled oats, and in my case, I get organic, I believe, because oats are sprayed with a desiccant that dries them out, and it's quite often Roundup. I use only organic oats, and I use gluten-free as well because I'm very sensitive to gluten. The dry ingredients include oats and oat flour. Well, gosh, how do you make oat flour? You take a bunch of this, you throw it into your blender. In my case, I have what am I thinking? A Vitamix. I was going to say a KitchenAid, but no, the Vitamix. And you come out with something like this, and I just keep a bunch of this in the cupboard. That's oat flour. So this uses oat, it uses oat flour, it uses baking soda, baking powder, a lot of cinnamon, some nutmeg. I threw in a little bit of cloves, and the dry ingredients are in here. The wet ingredients included 4 very ripe sweet bananas. Well, you can't always have those on hand, so what I do is I buy more bananas than I need. I have freezer bags, Ziploc freezer bags, that I throw the ones with the black speckled skin after they've been peeled in them. 4 bananas fit beautifully in a 1-quart bag. And when I decided to make this morning, I simply took the bag out, let it defrost, mashed them up, and I've got 4 super sweet bananas. This also called for just shredded apple, not even applesauce, just shredded apple. And so I used a Honey Crisp, not this big. Well, actually, yes, it was this big, but I think this is too big. So I cut the base of that off. I'll put it in my salad tomorrow. I just put it cut face on a plate so it doesn't brown. And Honey Crisp is a super sweet apple, and so I added the Honey Crisp apple with the banana. I have some vanilla, and I have some oat milk. It could be almond milk, it could be soy milk. If you want to jack up the protein, use the soy milk. It's only a half a cup of milk, but soy milk is 9 grams of protein per cup. The other milks, plant milks, are 1 or 2, maybe 3 per cup. So I just had some oat milk and I decided to use that. So let me show you what I'm doing. This is so easy. I grated the apple on a box grater, old-fashioned box grater, cut the apple into halves, and as I grated, I kept my hand on the peel, and when I got down to the very bottom, I had just a big slice of sort of denuded peel, and I tossed that. I could have put it in, but at that point, I had all the soft flesh in there and the peel that kept shredding away until I got to the back end of it. So you could use your Cuisinart to shred the apple, but there's no need. A little box grater will do that. And so we have the dry ingredients, and in most recipes you add the wet to the dry. So I have milk, apple, banana, vanilla, and I think I said that. I think I got it all. Okay. Then I stir the dry and add at the end, near the end. You don't want to overmix. If you overmix, sometimes you beat the heck out of the baking soda, baking powder, and it loses too much of its potential to raise things, to cause your baked goods to rise. I think that's about all I'm going to do. I've got this rather well blended, see? And I'll use my spatula at the end to make sure I don't have anything left. But now I'm going to add chopped walnut, and I could use raisins, black raisins. I could use golden raisins, but in this case, I'm using currants. I like using currants in my baked goods because look how tiny they are. Currants are little, teeny, raisin-tasting plant parts. I'll call them berries. And because they're so small, they mix well into a batter and give you more of that, I'll call it raisin flavor per bite. They make it easier to slice. I tend to, and so does my husband, slice our muffins and then spread them with something. If you see, there's nothing sweet in here other than the apple and the banana. And so this makes a perfect no, it's not unsweet, it's their sweetness, but it makes a perfect snack muffin, breakfast muffin. And I like, and my husband like, to slice them and put a little bit of nut butter, and he likes to put a little jam. Sometimes I'll put a little bit of chutney. I love a chutney because it's spicy, uses a little less sugar, and that just happens to be my preference. So I'm going to fill I'm going to fill a silicone pan, and I won't have you just sit there watching the entire process, but I just washed my hands before we began. And these muffin cups are rather small. Some muffin cups are a full half a cup. These are less than that. And so these muffins, because they're so dense, they don't rise much. If I had a conventional cupcake, I could never pack them like this because they would spill all over the muffin pan. But these have so much density to them that they're going to rise a little. I may have put a little much in some of these. We'll see when I get to the end. But again, I'm not going to hold you there. And if you find, once you've gotten them in, that some are smaller than others, just steal a little and kind of balance it out. That's what I do anyway. It's not going to hurt anything. So I'm putting them in my Breville hot air oven. I use that for my as an air fryer. I absolutely adore it. It roasts, it bakes, it toasts, it dehydrates. I seldom use my big oven unless I have a sheet cake of, let's say, vegetables that I'm going to roast. But I'm going to put these in here, bake them for 30 to 35 minutes. Last time it was a full 35 minutes at 350. and you'll see a photo at the end of the video of what they're like after they're baked. I hope this was helpful. I am the author of Aging Powerfully. I decided as I was nearing 70, that when I get to 80, when I was nearing 70, when I got to 70, that I wasn't going to look at the rest of my life as a downhill slog. I decided, heck, I've got 10, 20, 30 more years. Let's make this fun. And lifestyle as medicine instead of doctors and pills and procedures is the way I go, and that's what I teach. So follow me, subscribe, give me a thumbs up, consider reading Aging Powerfully. You can get it on Amazon. And have a great day, because I know I'm going to. Bye-bye.